Well, there we go. We do have light through there if I stay right here because I can feel it in my eye. Is that good? All right. So welcome. My name is Tim Glover. I'm a founder of TheFlowResponse. Now, the FlowResponse was created to be able to go and help society bridge across the swamp that is this new economy, this new what we call energy age. And the interesting thing with why and how we did this with leaders in mind. We have an unprecedented phenomena. There's a guy called Pareto, and he's the guy, he's a mathematician, and I'm, near and dear to me. I've got a math background, a CA, CMA, all kinds of business chops. The math guy, Pareto, said that 20% of the population generates 80% of the results. This has been true for a very, very long time, up until recently. The challenge is that the 20% were able to go and achieve huge, tremendous success using best practices and using an old structure that was designed very specifically for the information age. So that 20% were able to stretch beyond, and they had their bandwidth was beyond everybody else's, the other 80% in the organization. What we have now is we have 5% are carrying 95%. The FlowResponse was made very specifically for that 15% of leaders who were in the 20% of Pareto's principle. They've actually slid, not because you're not smart enough, not because you're not working hard enough, not because you're not motivated, not because of bad luck. It's that the mechanics have changed, and it's our belief that the mechanics favor those who recognize they need to get out of their head and into their heart, into their full being. Get more meaning in life and get more meaning in your business. And the FlowResponse was designed to help business leaders and their extended team, whether those business leaders are self-employed, they have a small team, or a very large team. This is a platform that's designed very specifically to help leaders who have hit their bandwidth threshold. They've hit the swamp, of which there's a lot of leaders out there that have hit the swamp. We really feel for you. For the last 20, 25 years, we've been consulting to those types of businesses and those leaders. Right now, this is an unprecedented time. We're actually in the middle of transiting from the information age to the energy age. So all the structures that used to work are now going to start to shift because they need to shift. So we're going to move from a push to a pull. We're going to use skills that we never knew we had. And this is going to parallel what we call the hero's journey. And Joseph Campbell did a very good job. He's a comparative mythologist who has been dead a few years, but he did a very good job on the power of myth and a number of other books that he wrote to be able to go and help people understand that everyone is going on this hero's journey. And all the religions and all the spiritual doctrines and all of those things passed through time are all basically reflecting the same story. It's a cyclical story where what used to work works for a time and then it doesn't work anymore. And part of the process is to get pulled into the swamp, and there's where you find your superpowers. You discover them and you recover your true, passionate self. You can put the head back on at that point in time, but to make that transit, you got to start to take the head off and start to navigate in a totally different way. We welcome you to check out the website, check out the Flow Network. It does a fantastic job of actually documenting evolution because we're in a totally different frame of reference. We need to think about transformation. The Flow Network is designed very specifically to lever this new type of video marketing, this new type of sales, this new type of branding, because we have so many people who are actually staging that they are the experts when in fact they're not. This shines through in video. We welcome you to check out the site FlowResponse, Flow Network. I think you're in for a real treat.
And the duck goes by. Da-da-da-da.
Perfect, done.